The light of what transpired yesterday afternoon.
Yes.
And the lecture and dressing down that the court gave us regarding our conduct as legal practitioners, co-witnesses, the state, court staff, court orderlies, members of police corps that guard us, that guard the gentlemen before the court. From today, my Lord, I've learned something from this judgment. I'll never call this gentleman accused 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
I'll refer to them as Mr. Sivia, Mr. Mbanzi, Mr. Mdube,
Yeah,
Mr.
thanks.
Matisa, and
I've also faltered sometimes and I call the accused.
Yes, yes.
That judgment says you shouldn't. Yeah.
So, my Lord, as an officer of the court, I want to say I acknowledge my role here as an officer of the court to assist the court to come into a just decision of this case, and to do so under my zeal, because I must defend Mr. Danzi with my blood. But doing so, I must do it within the confines of decorum, within the confines of respect to Brigadier Gininda, Advocate Baloyi, Advocate Sibanda, my colleagues here, the interpreter, everybody that is in this building. Now, my Lord, I went to do some research because this did not sit well with me.
Yeah.
When all of us are exfoliated, and I went to do some research, and I've come across 2 case laws that are pertinent to the issue.
Yes.
The one is a KwaZulu-Natal High Court case, and I'll make it available to the court as well. The matter of Sianda Fortune, Mkhize, and others versus the state, and this is the most critical than the Goliath and Chikori matter. That judgment deals particularly, my Lord, with the bungalow principles as espoused by the then Chief Justice Pius Langa. And it deals on the main with the conduct of the judge himself, your Lordship himself, ourselves. And I'm going to quote at length, at least when I say at length, my Lord, it's about 4 pages.
You want us to read that case for ourselves?
I can
Yeah,
make it
because
available.
you're an officer of the court.
Yes.
You can give it to each
Yes.
and every one of us.
I'll make it available, my Lord.
Please.
But at the end of the day, what I wanted to say, my Lord, is that we also here, including Advocate Munisi, endeavor to conduct ourselves with the utmost decorum to the court. If things spill over, my Lord, today we can come and say tempers fled. We are sorry to the court, to Brigadier Gininda, to the public out there, my Lord. That's
No,
what
thanks. I
wanted to
appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'll tell you what. You remember, I don't know if you participated in that exercise. When some councils here refused to call Colonel Steyn. You remember that?
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
The gentleman is a retired colonel. And I say, address him as Colonel Steyn. Some of you refused. You refused. I can even remember Mr. Ngomezulu, the late Mr. Ngomezulu, saying, why should we call him Mr. Steyn? We also have titles. And some others of you went aboard and said, you will never call him Mr. Steyn. And I said, well, I'll continue calling him Mr. Steyn. When I read this, you heard this, you see, you must address a guy through his title. And then somebody, I think he made a comment that if Mandela comes here and he gives evidence, he's Mr. Mandela, something like that. This is what happens in this court. People telling the judge, you're mad. We're going to call him Mr. Steyn. You want us to call him Colonel Steyn? We are not going to do that. Am I right, sir? You remember that incident, Mr. Ngumar?
Yes, I remember.
You continued saying you were calling Mr. Steyn.
No.
I mean, sorry.
I called him Colonel.
Yeah. You see, I remember pertinent. I don't even Mr. Ramusipidi, I think.
Yes.
I've always called every officer
Yes.
by their title.
No, I was told to go to hell. This judge is mad. I'm going to call him Mr. Steyn. Counsels telling a judge that when a judge makes an order in court, call him Colonel Steyn, even if you don't want to, because the judge who's in charge of the proceedings here says you must do so. You're going to obey that. But I was told to jump into the sea. You're mad. That's the conduct we have here. And when I make remarks sometimes about our black counsels, attorneys, maybe even judges, I'm told, Doctor, that's why I call you doctor. You are doctor now. But if you are prosecuting, I'll say, Mr. Prosecutor, fine. But if you are seated there, yeah, so that is it. Now I've got a note here, which I was reading to you. The lady, my registrar, showed me this in her phone. Hello, your phone has excoriated it enough. It just shut up. Hey. When did you receive this? Okay. Well, it's from Mr. Ashley Zukela. Yeah, I'm saying it comes from Ashley. No, I see. But you say...
It was sent to me and Ashley.
Oh, to you and Ashley. Okay, fine. It's from Advocate Missy. Okay, let's read it. Dear colleague, it's not addressed to me because I'm not his colleague. May you kindly convey my humble request of leave of absence on Monday, the 9th June, 2025, to the Honorable Judge. The reason for my unavailability on this date is that I will be running the Comrades Marathon on Sunday, the 8th of June 2020, and will be driving back on the following day, being the Monday that I have referred to. I know this may affect the proceedings in the above mentioned matter, but may I apologize in advance for the inconvenience to be occasioned by this request. Kind regards. Now this is what I talk about. Mr. Mnisi doesn't think he can write to me directly. He writes to me through my registrar, Ashley, and the lady in front here. And he says they must tell me that he's not coming on to court on Monday. He'll be running the Comrades Marathon. Mr. Ngumal, what do you think about this type of letter? I don't know, it's not even a letter, it's written in a...
My Lord, honestly, I'll need to remain silent already.
No, you don't have to remain silent.
I have no comment.
Would you do that? You, would you do that?
No, I haven't. I've never done it.
Yeah, fine. But would you do that?
No, I don't do that.
Mr. Ramusipidi?
As the court pleases, my lord, I think the proper procedure between the communication between his lordship is normally through the registrar. And then if Mr. Mnisi, perhaps like it arrived now, I'm not in his mind. Perhaps he was still going to raise it with the court, but the proper procedure, from my understanding, is via the registrar.
No, this can't be via the registrar. He's telling the registrar to tell me that he won't be around on Monday. Is that proper?
My lord, that's my how far I can take it regarding that submission, my lord. Mr. Mnisi is here before court.
No, he has written this. And so I don't know what I must do because this I'm told I'm not coming to court on Monday. I'll be driving back.
Iets op je hart, iets op de gas samengebring. Yes, ek het iemand wat ek graag baie
What is it? Mr. Aloy, what do you think about this type of address?
As Mr. Ramsipulu pointed out, I think normal courtesy dictates that we communicate through the registrar and not directly with the judge. And I think that's what Advocate Nisi had in mind. We never communicate directly with the judge, and I think that's what the ethics also dictate.
So you communicate through the registrar to tell the judge that I won't be coming to court on Monday.
Yes. I think in instances where counsel wants to communicate directly with the judge, then a meeting will be arranged in chambers and all the parties will be there. But if a party wants to perhaps convey a message to the judge, then they would channel it through the registrar. That would be the normal practice, my lord.
So I'm not going to respond. If Mr. Minister doesn't want to come to court on Monday, that's his business. I will be in court. And the JP expects me to be in court. Can't tell the JP somebody is going to run the marathon. So case should stop. Everybody should watch the marathon, I suppose. You know, Judge Mba is an athlete. He always runs the 2 oceans and the comrades. Judge Matopo, who is in the Constitutional Court. And it's nice to know that, amongst other things I did, Matopo, we used to alternate with this principal when he was serving articles. The same thing with Judge Mba. They're juniors to me. Even the JP himself, when I was already admitted, he was serving articles. Some of them, I call them articles. Judge Soga also is an athlete. But he'll never take time to say, I'm not coming to court because I'm going to be running the marathon. Never. At the West, I know Judge Mbao would make arrangements that he must expand part of his leave during that time so that he doesn't interfere with the timetable of the court. This case, people were talking justice delayed, justice denied, 10 years, no justice, case is just dragging on. The family is distraught, the brothers, the relatives, even they accuse themselves. They've been 2 to 3 years in custody. And here's this stupid judge called Ratha Mokoatlheng. You allow a person who's representing 2 of the accused here to go and run a marathon. I must go and tell the JP. When the JP asked me, why were you not sitting, or the DJP, why were you not sitting on Monday? No, we're waiting for Advocate Nisi to come drive back to Joburg, to wherever, because he was running a marathon. This is South Africa, run by blacks. I can tell you now, even if you call me an Uncle Tom, I don't think a white advocate can have the gall to ask me that. Never. Okay, you've heard me. Right. You're still under oath.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, can I have some more?
Thank you, Brigadier.
Family, I'm back again. This is Zebra Family Channel. Wherever you are, I send my warmest regards to you around the world. Zebra Family, today we have to tackle this issue of Judge Ratha, who has insulted black lawyers and black South Africans at large. The country is under a government of black people in South Africa after the apartheid regime. There comes Ratha come to insult, disrespect professional lawyers, advocates, and the citizens of the country, more especially the majority black people. What Ratha has done, because it means he believes in what he has been saying for the longest time. Last time he tried to apologize. Because he believes in what he believed in, he has repeated it to show that that apology that he sent last time when he called black lawyers, whatever he called them, again he has repeated it now. With Mnisi sitting down there, belittling Mnisi, an advocate, a professional advocate. I still believe today, this that has happened in that court, for him to repeat the same thing. I think Senzo Meyiwa spirit and Mgomezulu spirit were in that court. They want justice to be done because they have realized that there will be no justice for Senzo Meyiwa. His spirit, whatever these mistakes that they are making in that court, it's a sign that the judge is in the wrong track. Justice will not be done for Senzo Meyiwa, who was deleted, and the family is waiting to know why was he deleted and who deleted his life. They are waiting for closure. But due to what happened in court today, from nowhere, being provoked by nobody, he started these racist remarks from yesterday, and he has repeated them. What was wrong? Because even the trusted one, Baloyi, threw the judge under the bus, that the procedure in court, you write to the one next to the judge, whoever that PA is. Then that person will convey the message to the judge. Because at some point, when a lawyer can be seen in the chambers with the judge, the two of them, people might conclude and say there's a bribery that is going on. That's why whenever lawyers want to seek audience with the judge, all those lawyers who will be in court for that particular case, how many they are representing, they will go to chamber so that there's no secret. That is the reason why a lawyer cannot go by himself and seek audience with the judge, because it might compromise something. That was the reason why. But Baloyi, being honest for the first time, he stood with Mnisi that what Mnisi did was procedural. I like that. I saw it, and he was forced, Baloyi, to stand up for the professional, because he knew what will come if he doesn't do the right thing. Family, whatever happened in that court, the judge has crossed the red line. There is no turning back this time. Our prayers and everything that we want justice for Senzo Meyiwa, finally, it will happen. Because there is no judgment that can come out from him that is fair. He has proved himself that he sees criminals in that court. He doesn't see people who are suspect to have committed a certain crime. But because the evidence, it's still proving up to date that nothing that links those people with the crime. But because there are those forces behind him, the untouchable, that are pushing this narrative. Family, what do you think about this? We should be celebrating, because as much as we have been exposing the shenanigans that have been going on in that court, I think Ratha has crossed the red line. There is no turning back with this one. He has to be removed. Let's wait for the long run of the case. Ratha will be removed for these utterances, racist utterances that he has made in court in front of cameras, not even thinking about the cameras around him. He just decided to say such disgusting and tasteful words of racism against black lawyers and against black people who are majority running the country. Drop your own opinion with respect. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bravo, bravo, bravo.